Hi, this is my recipe for koth roti or koth paratha, like the South Indians call it. I'm trying to make this at home. It's a street food of Sri Lanka and India. Um, for this, I haven't shown you the method how to make the dough for the rotis because everybody has a different method. But however, I've used wheat flour. I'll give you the ingredients in the description below. For that, I've made the dough. Well, I've washed my hands and then I've just taken it again and I'm just mixing it with a bit of oil, and I'm just going to set aside for the evening. I made this dough in the morning, and in the meantime I've taken 600 grams of meat. I've cut into small pieces, marinated it with some 4 or 5 cloves of grated garlic, half an inch of ginger, and a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a teaspoon of chili powder. But I marinated this overnight. You don't have to do that if you have time. It'll be good to marinate it a little bit beforehand. But I'm going to put everything in a pressure cooker, and I'm going to cook it. But I'm not going to add any water because the meat is going to release its own water. So I'm just going to cook it for about 10-15 minutes or for 5 whistles. If you don't have the pressure cooker, then you'll have to make the beef curry or mutton curry as you would normally make, but with a little bit of a gravy. In the meantime, now I've taken the dough that I set aside this morning. I've added the yeast, so it's become really fluffy, and it's become like increase in size considerably. I'm just going to take the dough, wrap it up, and I'm going to make it into 6 equal size portions, and then I'm going to make the roti. So this is I've made it, and I'm going to try to use the way my Iranian friend used to do. I'm not even in touch with her. It's been a very long time ago, and this is how she made it. I mean, I haven't used her method to make the dough, but I'm trying to make the way use the method like doing the roti. So basically, she will just do that, and then she will add a lot more oil. But I'm trying to add a little bit of oil at a time. And in between, I'm just adding a sprinkle of flour, and I'm just going to wrap it again. Then I'm going to again flatten it out. So she explained to me, if I remember correctly, is that adding a sprinkle of the flour in between would help make the layers in the roti. So I thought I'll try a different way today. But I have, she used to make it with plain flour, but I've used half and half, like wheat flour and half plain flour, and also 5 grams of yeast. It's a little bit tough to make the second time to make it into a roti because flattening it because of the lack of gluten in the whole wheat flour. But it's still not too bad. And also I'm trying to just use a touch of oil rather than a teaspoon of it. And I'm going to sprinkle again with whole wheat flour, and then I'm just going to wrap it, and then I'm just going to leave it to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'm going to follow the same process for the rest of my other 5 rotis. At the same time, today the recipe I was supposed to be making it for my cousin Nina because it's part of a meal plan that I've provided with multigrain parathas. So this is my multigrain dough, which I made like normal any chapati dough, how you make it. And then it's just I'm gonna roll it with no oil. I've cleaned up the everything, rolling pin and everything. So this is the multigrain the roti. So I'm just going to flatten it, but I'm gonna make it a little bit thick, so that when we're going to chop it for the koth paratha, it has a bit of layer to it rather than thin like chapati. So I'm just going to make these 2 rotis. I'm going to show you the way how it's done, so that in case if you have any queries, you can have a look at it. So that's my roti done. So I'm just going to show you as well in how to make it in a pan. It doesn't need any oil at all. This is the multigrain roti that I'm making first. I put it in one side for 30 seconds, and leave it for about 2 minutes or so on the other. And I'm going to leave it to raise a little bit, and it would dough is made right in the wood. And so this is how you would make this thing. And I haven't showed it. It kind of seems like a bit of a rush, making the rotis. But I thought, cold roti itself is a big process. It's got different layers of process. So if I were to show in a video, it would be too much. Even now I feel like I'm talking too much. So I'm going to shut up for a bit. I thought making in 2 pans would also ease quick in the process. So I've done the multigrain rotis, and now I've done a bit of the other ones as well. The one I used the yeast. So I tried to show you the layers, but it's too hot, so I just spread it up. And so you can see the layers now. So there are about 2 to 3 layers, and it's quite soft and crunchy at the outside. So once the rotis are made, I'm going to saute in a pan. I've taken a half a teaspoon of oil, mustard seed, fennel seed, a little bit of cinnamon sticks, medium onions, chopped onions, and a slice of chilies. I will give you all the ingredients later on, and once they are sauteed, I'm going to transfer the beef I've cooked in the pressure cooker, and then to that I'm adding a bit of chili powder and a bit of coconut milk powder. These are the coconut milk powder is optional because they're very worthy. And I'm going to let it simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes. It's just to make sure that the chili powder and everything gets cooked well. So I'm going to set aside in a different hob, and I'm going to take another pan, and I've added about 3/4 tablespoon of coconut oil. To that I've added a large chopped onion with a few green chilies. And I'm going to saute the onions for a bit, and then I'm adding a large chopped carrot and a large leeks chopped. And once they are sauteed, I'm going to set it, I'm going to push it towards one side of the pan. Now I've added a teaspoon of coconut oil, but you can also add butter if you like. And I've taken about 5 medium eggs, and I've beaten it and with some salt and I'd like to put some turmeric, but it's all optional for you guys. And I'm going to scramble it halfway through, because I didn't put it with the vegetable at the same time, because it will all get mixed up with the vegetable, and you would not feel or taste the eggs at all. This way the eggs will remain separate, and you can see them, and you can also taste them in your cold roti. So I'm just going to chop it up a bit, and then I'm going to add half of the because I haven't added the whole egg mixture together, and I'm going to take half of the vegetable mix, and I'm going to mix it with it, and I'm going to set aside. And then now I'm going to add the rest of the eggs, and I'm going to do this for the same process. But for that I haven't added any oil, but you can add some if you like. And to that now I'm going to add the chopped I've chopped up the parathas that I made earlier, and I've just mixing it with all the mixture well. And now I'm going to add the curry to the mix with the vegetable, eggs, parathas, and the beef. Now it's all mixed together. That's it. My cooked paratha is finished. I've just garnished it with some green chilies and spring onions. It's a lengthy process, but it's very simple. It's just you have to make a curry, a few parathas, saute some onions and scrambled eggs together, and mix it all together, and that's it. The paratha is done. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any queries or you want me to make the dough, the parathas separately, please let me know, and I can make another video on that. Thank you. Bye bye.